everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's Challenge Runs in the Binding of Isaac. Got a zany, totally absurd run for you today, courtesy of YouTube user Mr. LOL Crackers. A fitting name for a run that is also, you know, befittingly crazy. In any case, this is called the Fortune Teller Run. The way that this run is going to work is unlike any run that we've ever done before. Essentially, what I have to do is before every boss fight, by the way, there are no item rooms, no shops, and no boss items allowed. The reasons for this will become apparent fairly shortly. Before every boss, I have to say what I think the boss is going to be. Not what I think it does, you know, oh, it's the boss that fires the bomb flies at us. I have to say, you know, it's going to be the Carrion Queen, or it's going to be the Husk. If I'm correct, then I get to take down any item I want to the next floor. If I'm incorrect, then I don't get any items at all. So this is a run that could go fantastically if I get 2 or 3 bosses correct. That's a big deal. I guess I'll take the push pin. We might as well use the crystal ball as well. This was one of the conditions of carrying it with us. I am gonna say that on our first floor, we are going to be fighting Monstro. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Who are we fighting? It's Pin. You know, Pin was actually... It's going to be very easy for hindsight to be 20/20 to here, but Pin was actually my first guess before I started rethinking things in my head. So obviously when we first get started here, it's not going to be all that important to get these items, but as time goes on, we're kind of desperately going to need items. Obviously, you know, when we get 1 right, we're going to pick up something like a Mom's Knife. We get 2, you know, maybe we work for a Polyphemus or a Quad Shot or something like that. We can make hobble together a good run out of some fairly, like... how should I say, barren requirements. Like, I only probably need 4 or 5 items at most to be able to get enough items to have at least a chance of beating the game, but I still need to get those items, so I almost picked that up by accident. Instead, we are leaving this floor empty-handed. The good thing about the crystal ball, of course, is that I will be able to bum rush bosses and make this run a little bit quick compared to our average run. I think, anyway. Of course, the obvious downside is that I might literally get 0 items on this run. It's totally within the realm of possibility to, you know, prognosticate that I will end up being base Isaac when we finish. I mean, I guess I have a reasonably better chance on the second floor of the second floor of a set of floors, because it means that, you know, there's 1 less boss to choose from, but that is a very mild difference. I'm just trying to think of what bosses show up all the time. Basement Part 2. We could get the Widow, we could get Monstro, we could get Larry Jr. I think I might go with Larry Jr. Larry Jr. is pretty common. Famine, also extraordinarily common. Common the Rapper, also extraordinarily common. I'm just trying to think at this point. You know, I'm probably not going to use the crystal ball at this floor. I'll probably use it immediately on the next floor instead to try to figure out how to get to that boss room as soon as possible, because skipping as many rooms as I can is probably going to be a big deal. Judgment, I can take items from Judgment, you know. Any items I find ambiently, I think should be allowed. Although Judgment doesn't look like he's going to pay out. Well, he gave me a key. Okay. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go with Larry Jr. on this one. Let's see if I am indeed correct. It's Famine. Okay. So we're going to go another floor without getting an item. Deals with the devil, as you might expect, totally off limits. So far, so pretty badly. But what have we missed out on, really? An HP upgrade. The single cube of meat that we would have gotten from Famine here. As well as, I don't even know what else. Well, we obviously don't know what else because I've skipped all the item rooms. In any case, that was awful damage for me to take. Let's try not to lose any more, because these Spirit Hearts may indeed prove incredibly valuable to me as I find myself in a situation where I'm going to have merely base damage going down to the next floor. And I'm kind of honestly concerned that we're going to end up having 0 items here, but feel free to play along at home. You know, try to guess the bosses yourself. I'm not sure if there's any clues we could just come across randomly on the floor that would clue us in. Obviously, we're going to be skipping everything here. I mean, we could see if Krampus is here. We could take Lump of Coal, but Krampus is not here. So it's down to the next floor. Still alive, but frightened. And our crystal ball is going to go off. We're going to take our Spirit Heart and start moving down this way. Might want to take a crack at these secret rooms. Well, I guess we're just going to take a ton of damage here, unfortunately. Oh, sure, yeah. Blow your way out of the room. That was smart. I don't know, whatever. We're done with that room. I believe everyone died before we got out of there. Things are starting to come off the rails pretty goddamn quickly. Catacombs, man. We've already lost the 1.5 Spirit Hearts we kind of carried in here, but that's okay. All we gotta do is get 1 or 2 items. Who could we possibly fight on this floor? I think I'm probably gonna go with Gertie. Gertie seems to be a pretty common boss fight at this point in the game. We're gonna skip this room. Well, not skip it, but finish it quickly. You know, secret rooms, I'm definitely going to consider those to be on the table. because a 1-up or an Ankh could be incredibly valuable right now. And man, it's a tough run. That's why I like it, is that there's absolutely like no attention paid to balance in this run, which is so... It runs... Oh god, my keyboard. My keyboard! It stopped working! Isaac even stopped working for a second. Oh my god, what's going on? I can still shoot, but I can't move. I don't know what to do about this. I'm trapped in the corner. I guess... No, get away! I guess we'll just stand still for now, and then I'll try to figure out whatever this problem is. Please let... Oh my god, we started to be... Oh, I can only move in a couple directions. What is going on here? Escape into the item room! Oh my god. Okay, now we can move freely. I have no idea what the fuck happened here. I'm using a shitty, like, $15 wired keyboard that I bought from the source, aka Circuit City, here in Vancouver. And it's been having some problems. Hopefully that's the last one we get in this video. Because that would be terrible if it ended up costing us a whole run. Although, you know, this run is probably doomed from the get-go anyway. And now, you know, not only the troll engine is manifesting itself in my everyday life, apparently. We are gonna get we've got a good rhythm going on here. I'm gonna get Crystal Ball as soon as we leave this floor and be able to use it immediately on the next floor. Red guy should die pretty quickly. Remember, I have chosen Gertie as my enemy of choice here. It is the guy I don't even remember, so we're probably gonna take Gertie on the next floor. Easy kill, obviously, but still no items for us, so these, you know, tarot cards are becoming increasingly valuable. We have Crystal Ball and the crate. We can't take the crate. It's down to the next floor, and hope, against hope, that we get the next one right, because otherwise, you know, we're headed down to the depths. I'm kind of amazed that we're doing as well as we are. We get another Spirit Heart, and we're on our way. Oh, shit. This is a tough setup here. We've got to, like, get this guy whittled down a little bit. Or, by this guy, I mean these guys. Otherwise, I'm going to find myself pretty screwed. Some of these guys have to die. Thank you. Now, we just have to be very, very conscious with our dodging. That guy seriously pushed his way down there? That was very close. That was also incredibly close. Please just die. You've got to be close. Oh my god. We need some serious damage upgrades. Obviously, I mean, the problem at this point is I have so few opportunities now to even get items. I will say that as we get closer to Mom here, one of the conditions of this run was, you know, when you fight Mom, you know it's going to be Mom, so you can't take an item, but the loophole for that, and this is something that, you know, Mr. LOL Crackers actually suggested in the comment, was, you know, guess what color Mom will be, and if you're right on that one, I'll let you take an item. Apart from that, Isaac and Blue Baby obviously have no champion element to them, so I'm not going to take an item against them. That would be, you know, far too simple to allow me to actually get one item to improve my success. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I ended up beating this run somehow, just pure vanilla style? It's incredibly unlikely, probably like an under 5% chance. But, you know, stranger things have happened, probably. I can't say with authority that they have, but maybe. We're going to continue making our way onwards here. We should be okay on this room. I really just, at this point in the game, even though it's still fairly early, I can't afford to take any damage at all. Because these Spirit Hearts are going to be exceptionally valuable. That was terrible. Moving forwards. And by these Spirit Hearts now, I mean only this half Spirit Heart that remains. And again, I think we're going to be, like, exactly ready for the Crystal Ball when we finish the boss room on this floor. Again, I'm going to go with Gertie. Gertie is an extremely common boss on these floors. Peep also shows up pretty frequently. Yeah, and really, when you think about it, it might seem like I'm doing a piss-poor job of guessing so far, and maybe you think you can do better, but, you know, look at the odds, man. There's, like, usually at least 6 bosses per series of floors. So I have, like, a 1 in 6 chance every single time. I guess it gets lower, you know, again, the further we get in. I'm holding onto the tower card, because in case it is Gertie, I don't want to fight it with base damage, which is real damn low. And Gertie has a ton of HP, so far so good. I do have a, you know, a range advantage that I can kind of abuse against these guys. All we really need to pick up is one item. If we get Mom's Knife, we can start stacking up some, you know, some good stuff as a result of that. Mom's Knife plus 3 hearts is probably not enough to succeed in the game as a whole, but, you know, it's a start, I suppose. Or I guess I could just take Epic Fetus. Okay, so it's not Gertie, it's Headless Horseman. You know, we will use the tower card here. Just don't hurt yourself as a result of it. That basically did nothing for me. Obviously, we will not be able to take the pony. And then, you know, not only is it 1 in 6, but then there's wild cards like this. Like, we can get the Headless Horseman at any point, but he's pretty rare. Oh, that was terrible. And, you know, same with the Fallen. Like, we can come across the Fallen at any point. I kind of feel like it would be cheating, but I feel like to get an item, I should just continually go into Deals with the Devil and be like, Krampus, Krampus, you gotta be right sometime. So I guess, yeah, you know what? Epic Fetus would probably be the first item that I would take, not Mom's Knife. Because if I take Epic Fetus, or if I take Mom's Knife, then I'm very tempted to take items that kind of synergize well with it. Like, you know, Polyphemus or Quad Shot or something like that. Items that I mentioned earlier as being, you know, genuine possibilities. If I take Epic Fetus, then I can just focus on stacking up defense and health, which probably improves my chances of survival, especially considering, you know, Epic Fetus by itself is probably going to do less damage than Mom's Knife plus all of those items, but considering I'm probably only going to get an item or two at most, and we might actually have to just beat Mom to be able to get that item in the first place. God damn, we are down to the next floor. Depths Part 1, or, you know, this might be Depths XL, actually, which gives me 2 chances to get an item. Don't try to loop me in here and say that, oh, you only get to take 1 item because you get to take 1 item per floor. That is not the fucking case. It's 1 item per boss, regardless of the nomenclature that I used before. Obviously, we are encountering a pink glitch, or we're going to an XL floor. So enjoy the blue borders of my Binding of Isaac window as I wait and wait and wait for this eventually to load in. Again, I express hope that hopefully Rebirth fixes this problem. Because this is, you know, the Binding of Isaac, very polished experience now, with the exception of the occasional glitch and also, you know, this kind of ubiquitous white or pink glitch. It's only Depths Part 1. That means we should have a pretty good chance of survival. There is a mini-boss as well as a boss. I kind of want to fight the mini-boss, but I feel like it is sort of abusing a loophole. You know, we've come this far rolling pure Isaac style, or, you know, the purest and possible interpretation of this challenge run. Why don't we continue it? And again, I think we're basically at perfect levels. Oh, fuck. We're gonna get hit here. Yeah, there's no question we were gonna get hit there. We're gonna be able to use, like, the crystal ball on the first room of the next floor, I think. I absolutely despise this room. It's by far my least favorite room that we could possibly run into on the depths. But we've made it through, only losing 1 spirit heart, which might seem like a lot, but is actually not so awful given the circumstances. This room, bad still, yes, but not as bad most of the time. It's the damn necks, man, and the way that they react to the tears. They have, like, their own kind of unique physics that are making it, I guess I should say, extremely difficult to get around. Okay, so the more heads we detach, the better. Now it's a very easy room. But we are going to need some red hearts. You know, who are we fighting on the Depths Part 1? That's a very good question. I'm going to go with... the problem is, to some extent, I forget what bosses can be fought where. And that's very, very dangerous in our current situation. I'm just trying to think, who can we fight on the Depths Part... Oh my god, don't die. Could we fight Loki on this floor? I believe the answer is yes. Could we fight the Bloat? Yes. Could we fight Peep? Yes. Or is the Bloat the Depths? Or, sorry, the Womb. Is Loki the Womb? No, that's double Loki, right? I don't know, man. I'm gonna open the secret room here because I desperately need keys. I kind of feel like this might be the last floor that we actually do. I'm running so low on health. We will definitely play the slot machine. Please just give me some red hearts. That's all I need. The money, whatever. It's the red hearts, man. I guess I suppose I could fight my way into the shop and try to buy some health. That's probably a good course of action for us. Assuming I don't die on the way to the shop, at least. And we've really, really got to get an item here. In a way, I'm kind of waiting for, like, to get rid of all hope, I'm waiting until after the Mom boss fight. Because there is, like, a 1 in 3 chance that we end up getting an item after that Mom fight, and then anything could happen. I mean, I could probably beat the game with only Epic Fetus and the Spirit of the Night. Actually, I'd probably take Holy Grail in this case. Oh, we got a Spirit Heart, that's good. Yeah, I'd probably take Holy Grail because of the health upgrade, but pretty fly. That's a pretty good item get here. More hearts, thank you. Now we don't need to backtrack, which is good because we're basically, well, actually, I was going to say we're out of money, but we're not. We're earning a decent amount, and we're back to full health. Let's leave. That went fantastic, actually. All hope is, you know, not abandoned yet, but we'll see as we move forwards. This room should not be super difficult, provided I can avoid those laser bullet flies until the eyeless ooze guys are deceased. Okay, I got one of them. Now to get the second one, I've just got to find, like, the perfect time. Oh, he got me. When he's down, but the laser bullet flies are also not providing a good shield for him. Maybe I should take out the laser bullet flies first, because this guy is proving to be pretty goddamn annoying. Okay, now we've got a great opportunity. Okay, so we've taken a lot of damage on this room. No question about that. But we are about to tackle our boss here. Who would I think the boss is on this? This is the most awkward phrasing. Who do I think the boss is on this floor? Let's go with War. It's Monstro 2. Okay. Well, on the bright side, we might not have gotten our item for the, you know, 5th time in a row. That was terrible. I tried to get close enough to goad him into doing the laser attack. Do the laser attack, Monstro! Okay, good. We got him. You know, it's a bad thing that we didn't get the item. However, it is still an okay thing that we're fighting Monstro 2. It's going to be a laborious fight here. It's going to take a while, but it works. You know, we've got the pattern down for Monstro 2, certainly. So, provided we just kind of sit here and do our pattern over and over and over, there should be basically zero risk of death. We're not going to get an item. We might get an item on the next floor. Remember, we only need to get 2 items to have a half-decent chance at survival. Not a good chance at survival, mind you, but the possibility of survival. Epic Fetus, Holy Grail. There's possibly a better flying item that I'm just not thinking of. We could take, you know, like Epic Fetus, I don't know, the Wafer or something like that. That would be okay as well. But, as is right now. By the way, of course, Crystal Ball is irreplaceable, given the conditions of the run, and the name of the run in particular. This is the Fortune Teller. But as of right now, we are basically rolling Vanilla Isaac, with the exception of one Pretty Fly and, of course, the Crystal Ball, which we've had for a while. So, the fact that we're even alive as we come down to the Depths Part 2, eventually, is kind of a triumph in and of itself. I'm playing better than I usually do, I kind of feel. And I'm having a little bit more patience as well, because this fight did not strike me as, you know, the world's longest thing. So, it's down to the next floor. I would love to pick up the Band-Aid, don't get me wrong. We are going to be fighting Mom. Now we've got a 1 in 3 chance. All we have to do is pick the color. Now, this is a very easy room to get to. We can skip over a lot of nonsense on our way here. It's going to cost us 2 bombs, but again, it's kind of worth it considering I'm pushing to get unlimited bombs. We could take Fetus in a jar as well, but I feel like Epic Fetus is much, much better for us because we can put our shots wherever we want, and they aren't really affected by rocks and whatnot. In any case, 2 bombs here. Please tell me we're not fighting Greed. We'll just dodge him if we are. Okay. So we're going to put another bomb down here. Just don't mess with it. Oh, we can't bomb our way out of here, I guess. So instead we're going to leave, and we're going to go around the long way. If I'd known that that was going to happen, I definitely would not have been all in, basically, to use both of my remaining bombs to try to get through there and get a little bit of a shortcut. But that's okay. As usual, this will allow us to kind of get our Crystal Ball ready to go. The fact that we are using the Crystal Ball, like, exactly on the first room of every floor is either a crazy coincidence or indicative of the fact that every boss room in Isaac is apparently, you know, 5 or 6 rooms away from the starting point every single time. By the way, would it be so much for the game to actually hook us up with some tinted rocks at some point? You know, I'm not trying to say that the game's been a little bit unlucky for us so far, but we are basically rolling on 0 items here as of the Depths Part 2. Part of that is my own failure in guessing, but seriously, like, give me something to kind of add some fuel to the possibility of my survival here. Okay, so we're just gonna kill this dude. You are gonna die almost any second now, please. And you're gonna drop some spirit hearts. Acres and acres of keys and more keys. Okay. Well, do we have enough to kill Mom? This is a legitimate question that we need to ask ourselves, and the answer might be no. I'm kind of in the market for an awesome tarot card, like a Empress card would be fantastic. Because otherwise, I really genuinely feel like Mom is going to be a goddamn difficult fight. Especially, oh no, don't let Chubb kill you. Don't let him see you cry. You know, we kind of have to use bombs here, I think, on Chubb. So we'll do this. It'll speed things up a little bit. I don't like doing it, but at the same time, I can't afford to continue taking 1 heart per hit on Chubb. Even if I get hit 1 more time, that would be a very negative thing for me. Oh, almost. Probably like a couple of pixels away from getting tagged there. So we're just going to stay as far away as is humanly possible. Chubb is dead. Chubb drops health fairly often. We'll see if we get lucky here. 1.5 hearts is not going to be enough to beat Mom in all likelihood. I think Halo of Flies or Pretty Fly saved me from taking damage there. We get Okay, key and a red heart. That is a fair trade after that. Let us go on to the next room. And again, it's such a weird coincidence. I'm just going over it now that it looks so clear. We're gonna get the crystal ball exactly on this boss room again. It's weird how that keeps happening with, like, striking regularity. Okay, so we're just gonna come through this way. Don't get hit. This should be an easy room because it's totally solvable. And if we do that, then it makes it easier. Couple more hits, and you know that penny can basically go fuck itself. I will take the key. You never know if we come across a number of golden... Oh, red mom, red mom! Okay, I said it before we saw it. Oh my god, we're gonna get to take an item. All we need to do now is actually succeed on this, and our long nightmare could be over. I really need Mom to crush these rocks in the center. My thinking being... There we go. Now I can dodge a little bit more effectively. Okay, focus. This is gonna be a long fight, and I can't afford for that to happen too often. We have 0 bombs. We've got to stay basically dead center. We've got to constantly be moving because really the greed shots coming out of the walls are the things that we have to be most concerned about. So I have to be entirely attentive here, so I apologize if I don't talk as much as I usually do, or if I talk a little bit quieter. Oh, it was the worst dodge! Okay, we could die in one more hit. Wouldn't that be the cruelest of all fates? To die right before we got an item that could carry us through. I guess we will be taking the Polaroid if we succeed as well. Because Lord knows I need it. So we got 1 heart left. And the world's longest mom fight awaiting us, apparently. Recall, we are doing base damage here, so... You know, it kind of makes sense. The fact that we're still going. Probably not even at the halfway point yet. Even, like, no tears upgrades means that we're hitting her, like, once or twice. Oh, one more hit will kill us. Focus, focus. Hocus pocus by focus. About 40% left. This is gonna have to be almost miraculous. Stay cool. Good dodge, good dodge. 1 or 2% per trip. Don't get hit by the hands. Good dodge, okay. About 30%. Keep it up. Don't get too close to the walls. I'm talking to myself because I don't have an Isaac coach, man. I'm not like those, you know, American Isaac players who can afford all that infrastructure to train them. I gotta be my own everything. We're at like 10%. Don't get hit by the explosion. Also, after Mom dies. Does 2 clutch dodges in a row. 3. Keep it up. The more feet, the better. The Quentin Tarantino story. 5%? Actually, maybe we're probably at 10% now. But 10% and dwindling. Another good dodge. Don't die in the explosion. Don't die in the explosion. We're at like 2%. Another few hits will do it. As far away as possible. Don't get hit. We're done. We're almost done. And I can't believe we fucking made it. Holy shit, we're gonna get back to full health too. That was probably the best mom fight I've ever had. Finally! Cheat engine, in all of your glory, open up. Epic fetus belongs to us. We might not survive long enough to make it really worth all that much. But oh man, at least we finally have a chance at success. So we've taken epic fetus. It took us 6 floors. Now, let's start having some... Oh god, I almost killed myself with it by clicking on the screen. Okay, Crystal Ball, thank you for giving me a spirit heart, and meaning I'm not simply 1 hit away from death, although I might be very shortly. We're gonna stay, obviously, as far away as we can, and we're gonna check out the secret room, because why not? Secret room contains some money. We're gonna bomb our way into this room then. If I can. I can, okay. Blastocyst. A little scary. Everything's a little scary right now because of my awful health situation. And this raises the question, what if I actually predict the boss correctly on this floor? What do I want to take? Might even want to take something like Lard, honestly. Now, I really can't afford to be hit here. That much should go without saying. We need to pick up some more hearts. We're about to fight this boss. So it's starting to be very worthwhile to consider who we might want to fight. Or, sorry, who we might be fighting so that I can, you know, get that prediction in order. Let's just go ahead and say, you know, I know for a fact that we can fight Skolex on this floor, so let's predict that it's going to be Skolex. Shall we? That's an easy kill. The half heart is valuable. And again, Crystal Ball is going to be ready just in time. Now, double Loki all the way across the sky is not a terrible boss fight for us to run into here. Epic Fetus is making some good things happen. We're not going to get an item, but we are going to get some health, and Crystal Ball is ready. So we're starting to come through a little bit here. Crystal Ball, again, provides us with a Spirit Heart, and it is very quick to get to the Mom's Heart boss fight. On Mom's Heart, we cannot get an item because we know what we're fighting, and there's no champion elements. Actually, we can't get an item for the rest of the game. So we're going to have to make this work entirely on what we already have. So we're going to have to go Epic Fetus, otherwise Vanilla. And this is going to be the first floor in quite some time where the Crystal Ball is not going to be ready immediately once we get to the Cathedral. So it's Mom's Heart boss fight time. I'm assuming we're going to be A-okay here. Epic Fetus is obviously like a perfect Mom's Heart item because it is basically unlimited bombs and or missiles depending on what you consider these things to be. I don't know the technical difference between bombs and missiles. I guess bombs are things that you drop, missiles are things that fly, if we're being 100% accurate, which I always want to be. And remember, sadly, there is no way for us to pick up items for the rest of the game, so if we make this work, this will be a triumph. You know, this is probably the only time I have a chance of winning with Epic Fetus, and I don't feel like I've totally, like, cheated the game out of it, basically. I feel like I definitely put in the work necessary to deserve Epic Fetus as we head up to the next floor. We have Curse of Darkness, so Crystal Ball won't even be useful here as a kind of world card. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. I've been talking like we have a good chance of victory, and we do. But there's still very much the possibility for us to fail. These are not easy floors. Basically, all we have is Epic Fetus and a single Pretty Fly, so, you know, let's not get too cocky. We are going to use Crystal Ball essentially as a Book of Revelations here, just giving us Spirit Hearts whenever possible. We found the boss room right away. So, you know, do we use Crystal Ball in the boss room, or do we save it for the... to use it on the chest as a world card? I think we use it on the chest as a world card. This is one of the few situations where I'm going to advocate saving something from this Isaac boss fight to give us a better chance later. Now, we do have a good run, or good set of items, and by set of items, I mean Epic Fetus, for taking out Isaac, as long as I don't do something silly like dodging into the shot like I did right there. We can always use Crystal Ball when we get a little lower on health. Anyway, just focus on dodging, while at the same time making these shots actually land. There's no reason for me to be taking very much damage on this fight. And the Angel Fetuses should not be a huge problem, given that I am, again, basically raining death from above on these guys. We haven't seen any Angel Fetuses yet. Now we've seen some, and I managed to dodge that. Much to my surprise, Isaac is dead. We pick up some health that we can't use. It's down to the chest! Holy shit, we might actually make this work. Again, I can't take items on the chest. We will use the Crystal Ball. We can make our way to that boss room in a reasonable amount of time. This should be a fairly easy room. Just gotta kill Famine. I want to kill that spider. Oh my god. We found the secret room, which I guess we already knew about. Now we've only got Pestilence. Champion Pestilence, who is annoying, but nonetheless, Pestilence is dead. More Spirit Hearts. I desire macaroni pictures and Spirit Hearts. We might as well check out our secret room. More money, okay. Down we go. Continuing onwards. It's good to know that there's some red hearts available. Everything must go on this room. The faster these jerks die, the better. Greed especially. Mostly because of those hoppers. We actually get Mr. Mega. We're gonna take it. That's gonna make Epic Fetus more powerful, I think. Remember, ambient items totally okay. If you have a problem with me taking Mr. Mega after the run that we've had, I encourage you to take it up with, you know, 1-800 who gives a fuck. Okay, so this is it. We're gonna go up against Blue Baby here. We have extremely high damage bombs. We can't get hit 3 times. That's the twist here. That's the catch. If we get hit 3 times, we'll lose. We've already been hit once, almost twice, very, very nearly twice there. The flies are annoying because I have to focus on them. For a while, at least. We didn't take damage there somehow. If I can focus on the flies while still hitting Blue Baby, that's better for everybody. Now, Blue Baby very nearly in his 3rd phase. Here we go. Gotta make sure to kill the Angel Fetuses. Okay, don't get cocky yet. We're far from out of the woods. 1 more hit to kill Blue Baby. 2 more hits to kill Blue Baby. 3 more hits to... No, Blue Baby. He's alive. We beat it. We did it. From absolute despair at 23 minutes to absolute jubilation at 30. That was an incredible run. Thank you, Mr. LOL Crackers. For once, I feel kind of vindicated in my Isaac skill. Again, thank you for that challenge run suggestion, and thank you for having the funniest YouTube username. In any case, thank you guys for watching, and continue suggesting your challenge runs. I will do the ones that I deem most entertaining or appropriate. In any case, thank you guys for watching. I am super proud of myself, and I will see you next time.